Hey, Christchurch. It's the Reverend Stephen McSnowball coming to you from something called Empire Canyon above Big Cottonwood Canyon in Utah. And Jackson and I are out here exploring some trails and some old mining stuff. This place is littered with old mines and things of that sort. Jackson gets to harken back to his days playing Minecraft and imagining what's going on underground. I'm out here for the first time on my backcountry skis. These are special skis that you can downhill ski down a hill, but then when you come up the hill, you can unlock the heel, so they turn into basically a cross-country ski. And on the base, I have what's called a climbing skin, which is basically fancy fabric where all the fibers point one direction, and so they slide up, but they catch going back. So they give you a lot of grip, and you can charge up the hillsides. Now, lest you think I am as foolish as I have been, I am not skiing back down this hill. Jackson is on snowshoes. I think he's in this structure right now. He's on snowshoes, and we're going to swap. So he's going to enjoy the playfulness of gravity, and I will clump down the hill in my clumpy shoes. Let's see, I'll send some more updates from out here. It's gorgeous. It's snowing like crazy all day long. It's been coming down. So we're doing something right in the universe when there's fresh snow falling from the sky. Talk to you soon. All right, there's Jackson. We have switched skis and snowshoes. First time ever backcountry skiing. How do they feel?
It feels good.
See you down there. I just walked the kids down the block, just down there, and the chairlift comes right down below us. And I passed St. Luke's Episcopal Chapel, about a 1-minute walk from where we are staying. I went on the website when we got here and saw that their Sunday morning service is at 7:45 a.m. And with the time change, that was just not going to happen while I'm on a trip with my family. So I went to church online with Christ Episcopal Church. Hey everybody, I am here in an aspen grove off in kind of the middle of nowhere. I spent about the last hour hiking up something called Empire Canyon. It leads out of Park City and up further into the mountains. I kind of thought it would take me deeper and deeper and deeper into the wilderness, and it did, until I hit a chairlift of another ski area called Deer Valley, which is apparently snootier than Park City, which, that's it's hard to top. But it's just beautiful out here. I've climbed about 1,000 feet. I'm gonna head much more gently down. I am here on my trusty snowshoes again. Getting pretty good use out of them this year. I don't think I'd used them for about 20 years, but this season they're getting a workout. The kids and Holly are off skiing. I spent the morning working, and I ducked out here this afternoon for some exercise and some knee therapy. I don't have a whole lot of wisdom to impart. I have been, trying not to read the headlines, like many of you, and failing at that. And trying to make sense with some dismay about the changes in our country and the changes in the mood of our country. And here I kind of tiptoe into trying to figure out the role of a priest in an increasingly politically polarized environment, because I, of course, have my own opinions, and I have opinions about what makes me comfortable. And then I got to wrestle with what Jesus seems to be saying throughout the New Testament, which tends to be more radical than what makes me comfortable. And then, of course, there's an entire congregation. And boy, everyone has strong feelings about what is going on. And I hear from folks with a whole range of emotions, mostly dismay. Some folks who want to hear from the church sort of in solidarity with the folks who are more directly affected by the stuff going on, changes to immigration and aid and things of that sort, and changes to the way we treat people on the spectrum of sexuality. And I hear that and I get that, and I'm trying to wrestle with my own place of relative privilege and whether or not, well, frankly, whether or not solidarity comes off as condescension, or if it's important for those of us with privileges to speak up. That one seems like a yes. How to do that respectfully, trying to figure out. We also have a large cohort within our church who I would guess, and I shouldn't say just within our church, within the entire Bay Area, many people who are not directly affected but are pretty upset and want to feel their feelings kind of, validated by the church and their faith and that sort of thing. I'm kind of wrestling with that as I prepare a sermon out here on my wilderness retreat. I'm not sure where that is going to land. And I feel incredibly lucky that I have a moment like this to step away and be with my family and do some work in an utterly beautiful place. With that, I'm going to leave you be with images of an aspen grove in the wilderness. And I want you to know I'm thinking about you all and keeping you and our church and your families and all that in our prayers, in my prayers. God bless you. And then I was following this strange hiker who wasn't using ski poles, which is very hard to do out here in the deep snow. And their shoes looked really, really narrow, like they were in like little tiny cowboy boots or something. But I just kept on going along. And then I came across two gigantic piles of elk poop, along with, more yellow snow than a human could create. And I realized that an elk has been using this trail sometime earlier in the day. Snow's come down lightly now, so that it's a little softened, but I'm somewhere in the wake of a big friendly elk who's been. Well, I'm out here on a ski slope, looking out at the chairlift going up. I've been huffing and puffing uphill about 1,000 feet in a mile, and it's quite a workout at this elevation. As I'm pausing on this day of a year since I decided to turn my leg inside out, I just want to note some gratitude. First is for my wife Holly, who just nursed me back to health and took care of me and managed to keep the whole family going and kept her church going, which was no small thing in addition to me. I put her through a lot. My kids put up with a lot too, and were ever present and ready for humor and distraction. A group of good friends kept visiting me and distracting me and bringing me toys and sending me care packages, and that was pretty amazing and really good for my spirits. At Christchurch, people were amazing. I, in particular, want to point out Brigida Piemonte, our then senior warden, who basically kept the church together when we were down 2 priests. Hey, Jackson. No, not Jackson. Thought that was my kid. Just dressed just like him. And the staff was amazing too. Tracy O'Shea, Michael Moran, and then in the way later part of this process, Elizabeth Hood. Although Elizabeth did hang in there through the hiring process when I was sending her text messages that were clearly written under the influence of heavy painkillers. The wider church was pretty fantastic too. So many people coming by the house, sending food and sending love and taking care of so many different things. On the clergy side, we had Lori Moyer helping to run the services, along with Beth Foote and our friend Michael Lemaire coming over from All Souls. And he even ran the show on Easter Sunday, which was quite a thing. I should also thank the people of St. Paul Lutheran up the hill in Oakland, who put up with my wife's challenging schedule as she took care of me. So it took a couple of churches and a whole bunch of people and one faithful dog to help get me to this point. Oh, I guess I should also mention my parents, my brothers, a bunch of cousins, all a bunch of good people who just helped take care of me. So I want to say thank you on a beautiful afternoon out here on the edge of the Rocky Mountains, and share my gratitude that things are moving in the right direction. God bless you people.